Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, picture this. An investment seems amazing, pays you back more than you put in at first, but then it slowly, pulls you and your family into a total financial mess.
It sounds too good to be true, and often it is.
Exactly. So today we're diving into a really tough story. It's about a real-world scam, fake property deals, all based on an audio recording from one of the victims.
Right. And our goal here is really to trace how this scammer, Ghazala Din, built up trust, how she widened her net to catch more people.
And then this whole portfolio of excuses she used to avoid paying anyone back. It shows you the playbook, really, and the awful impact it has.
Yeah, it's a perfect, if unfortunate, example of a confidence trick. It plays right into that hope we all have for a good return.
So let's unpack it. How did this whole thing actually start for the person in the recording? How did Ghazala Din hook him in?
Well, her first move was, honestly, quite clever, psychologically speaking. She built confidence by paying out more than the initial investment.
More. How much more?
So our source put in £2,000, and then they got back £2,500.
Wow. Okay, so a 500-pound bonus is right off the bat.
Exactly. And that win does a lot of work. It kind of quiets any doubts, makes the whole thing feel legit, and subtly turns the victim from just being cautious to maybe even promoting it without realizing.
But even with that payout, our source kind of smelled a rat pretty early on, didn't they? Have the first red flag for them.
Yeah, they did. Almost immediately the thought was, hang on, she must have robbed someone else to pay me that money.
Ah, right. That points straight to a Ponzi scheme structure, yeah.
Textbook. Paying early people with money from newer investors. It looks good for a while, but it's totally unsustainable. It has to collapse eventually.
So that initial success, that bonus payment, must have felt like a green light for Ghazala Din. How did she use that initial trust to, expand, to pull in more people?
Oh, absolutely. Once that trust was there, even though it was fake, she actively started pushing, telling the speaker to bring in new people.
And specifically targeting family.
Yes, specifically family. We hear about this one lady, Sabos, from Germany. Her two brothers from Switzerland invested 10 each, presumably 10,000.
Wow.
And her sisters, her daughters, also from Germany, apparently got scammed with a lot of money. It just shows how it rips through families, through those close networks.
And eventually, it did collapse.
Yeah, the source mentions it flopped last year. The money ran out, as it always does in these schemes.
Okay, so the inevitable happens. The profits stop. Maybe even the original money isn't coming back. What did Ghazala Din do then, when people started asking for their cash?
Right, well, that's when this massive portfolio of excuses, as the source calls it, really came out. She had an answer for everything, it seems.
Like what kind of things?
All sorts. Back in 2021, she actually agreed to put 2 houses in the victim's name as a way to repay them. Sounds good, right?
Sounds concrete.
But then it was just excuse after excuse, claims of being in the hospital, needing time for personal things. She even disappeared for a whole month at one point.
A month. Wow.
Yeah. And then, the really personal tragedies started coming out. An auntie passed away, or her mom's in Pakistan, and presumably unreachable or needing help, but just a constant stream of reasons why she couldn't pay.
And the story about the houses, that wasn't unique to our source, was it?
No, and this is really telling. Someone else, another victim entirely, showed our source the exact same text messages from Ghazala promising houses as repayment.
Unbelievable. So it wasn't just random excuses. It was like a script she was using.
Seems like it. A clear, repeatable pattern of deception.
So let's talk about the impact. Beyond the numbers, what did this actually mean for the people who got caught up in it? Financially, emotionally?
Oh, it's huge. And deeply personal. You hear the specifics. The speaker's daughter, she put in £2,000, only got £900 back, so she still owed about £1,100.
Okay.
Their son, similar story, invested $2,035, got £900 back, still owed around $1,135.
And what do they want now? Is it about the lost profits or?
No, not at all anymore. It really boils down to, as the source says, we just want whatever we put in. We want that money back. That's what we after. It's about getting back to zero, essentially.
That makes sense. The financial hit is one thing, but the betrayal must be huge, too. Especially if it came through someone you knew.
Absolutely devastating. And you know how this connection started. It was a referral from a massage lady.
Really? Just a casual connection like that?
Yeah, it just highlights how easily that trust within everyday social networks can be, weaponized, really. Turns a simple recommendation into a financial disaster. And the scale. Another victim mentioned, Rubina, she lost £60,300.
60,000. That's staggering.
It really is.
So this deep dive really lays bare the methods, doesn't it? Build confidence with these early, seemingly great payouts. Use those personal connections to grow the victim pool.
And then deploy this barrage of excuses, these well-rehearsed stories, to avoid paying up, leaving behind just financial ruin and emotional wreckage.
It's a stark reminder of how these scams really operate by playing on our trust, on our hope for something good.
Definitely.
So it makes you think, doesn't it? How does that manipulation of trust work so well? Especially when it starts off looking successful or comes through someone you know, someone you trust. How does that create a blind spot? And maybe more importantly, what are those really subtle warning signs you might miss when an offer looks, on the surface, incredibly good? Something to keep in mind out there.